You know, guys, it's not stepping on a stage or doing 45 minutes of cardio or having your obliques pop out just a little bit more that I want this channel to be focused around and be about. And I hope from the outside looking in, you can understand that though these things are happening every day, it's obsessive, it's eating, it's tracking everything, it's weighing food, it's the cardio, it's the workout. My life is revolving around this and my videos and YouTube, and it's obsessive and kind of crazy in a sense. I feel like for a lot of people looking in, dude, that's not healthy, like, good luck to that guy, figure yourself out. But the thing about those people out here, it's not about the competition. I want you guys to replace this show or this series, this fitness series that I'm doing, Summer Shredding, replace that with whatever your passion is. If it's music, working in the studio for long hours, if it's studying, your academics, if you're in med school and you're practicing, you're doing this, or you have these goals, whatever that is, your new job, and you're obsessing over it and you're working hard and you actually follow through and you have this like, this just no excuse, no bullshit attitude that when things are gonna get done, they're gonna get done. And that when you say you're gonna do something, you actually do it. And that starts happening on a daily basis, day in, day out, over weeks and months and years. That builds your character, not a show. It's the work ethic that comes into that, the obsession. You have to cut things out. You have to say no to some things in order to get really good at your thing. Your thing. Lock yourself in the studio. Go to the study hall. Put your headphones on. Turn your phone on airplane mode. Work. Don't get so fucking distracted every day by this and that and this party and this girlfriend and that toxic relationship, that toxic friendship. Because if you allow yourself to get caught up in that stuff on a daily basis and you're distracted, you're not focused on what you actually want to do. I'm not saying that running a business or compete, like whatever that is for you, you have to find something. Because if you don't have a thing, if you don't have that something you really care about and want to put your heart and soul into, then you're going to lead a life just looking forward to the Saturday night out. You're going to lead a life looking forward to go get drunk or to get high or to just hang out with this group that doesn't really take you anywhere. They don't really add any value to your life. And it's so easy to get caught up in that because it's scary and intimidating to want to push yourself and want to try hard in something that you're doing. And it hurts. It's fucking hard. It's not like you feel like you may feel like crap. You may be sacrificing a lot. And I know I keep going back to the fitness reference, but it applies to anything, to a sport, to basketball, to tennis, anything that you're doing. If you want to be a writer or an author or whatever, a movie producer, if you want to make videos, you don't get better at making videos by watching other people make videos. You get better at actually doing that and going out and filming. If you want to be a photographer, go out and take the photos, practice, edit, overload yourself, and get good at what you do. And when you get good at what you do, then you feel this like sense of pride, and no one can take that pride away from you guys. And it's funny because as you attain that and you like start climbing up this ladder, like even like the financial ladder, right? You start seeing the success and this starts coming. You can, wow, I can afford to get mom this, or I can afford this, I can help her out with that bill. Oh wow, I can comfortably afford a supercar if I want. It's like you start seeing these things, but it doesn't matter because you know why? Money, fame, monetary gain does not buy your skill. That does not buy the thing that you work on and that you care about so much and that you put your hours and hours and hours into. Only you can build that thing. And it's funny because once you can build that thing, then magically and luckily doors start opening up and opportunities start coming. Then you get lucky and that must be mom and dad's money, man. That must be easy to, that was handed to them for sure. From the outsiders, again, looking in. So find out what you want to do. Try a bunch of things, but put your heart into things. And if you don't like what you're doing, then maybe that's not the thing for you. You're gonna run into things like that. The 10th thing you try might not be it. You might have to keep looking and searching, but you're gonna find it. And that leads to a happy life, man. You work hard for freedom. You work hard to be able to do the things you want to do on the time that you want to do it. Make your own damn schedule with the people you want to hang out with and the people you care about. And then eventually you want to be able to take care of those people and not have to let them worry. When your parents are old and they can't really do too much and they're in debt and they owe this, they have to pay for your little brother's school, things like that. That's when you come in. That's why it's your responsibility during these years. You're 18, 20, 22, 25, 30, you're 35, you're so young. Make it happen for yourself now. Because if you don't, in 10 years, you wish you would have. So that's all I have to say, man.
Break up on a weekday, make up on the weekend.
It's heartbreak
Season, are you even listening? We're caught in fire, passion, crying, laughing. Now we're crashing. How this happened? Time keeps passing far too fast for me. Pushing, pulling, kept it going. Touching, holding, I got stolen. You're first to go, and I'm the last to leave.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the vlog. I am currently 9 days out from my competition. We are 15 days out from the Summer Shredding Classic. I figured I would show you some of the business stuff I'm working on this morning before jumping into the workout today. So our board shorts are dropping very, very soon. We're supposed to do 6 colors, and the black pair, our quality control team, so pretty much the factory makes it. We hire a quality control team. They go look at every single item and inspect it like this. About 75% of the black shorts are, the printing is not good enough. Can you guys see this? So we requested a double layer on the black, and they only did a single layer. Therefore, you get this faded look on a lot of them. So we're telling the factory, hey, redo them, do them right. So we're gonna go ahead and launch the black ones later in the year, probably like August. So we're gonna launch these 5 colors. For my show, I'm kind of thinking about wearing, I definitely wanna wear one of these, I just don't know which color. So comment down below what color you think I should wear. Next, our active shorts are coming back. They're a little bit shorter. Black camo, black, and this gray are coming. We have a new Aspire range. This is like the stretchiest, most bouncy fabric. Super, super nice. We have 4 colors in a long sleeve, 4 in a short sleeve. Those are coming later, just kind of confirming that. And then with our 95.5 stuff, everything that we do in that material, we pretty much reamped everything, redesigned everything, and we're like getting a fresh start with men starting in August. And so I pretty much changed the sizing breakdowns. We don't want to have one size we have too much of, etc. So that's our old stuff. We are actually adding extra small and double XL. So this is like the tweaked version for the new batch. Our board shorts waist sizing, 28 is going to be our extra small. Size 30, which is like me right now, I would be a small. Medium is a 32, 34, 36. That's about everything. I got to do some more text, and then we're gonna hop into a workout. Hello. What's going on, family? Welcome back to another commentary. If you're enjoying the video right now, right this second, if you're into this video and enjoying it, just go get the video thumbs up. There's some stuff going on with the YouTube notifications and algorithm and all that stuff. I'm not going to bore you with it, but I would just really appreciate it, and it'll help the channel out. So with that said, let's hop into this back and bicep workout. I started off the day with a pre-activation. You've heard me talk about the pre-activation pretty much all summer shredding, but just one movement at the beginning of the workout, about 3 to 4 sets of 20-ish reps, just to get some blood pumping into the muscle group you're about to work. So for me, I did that pull down to get some blood into the lats, and then I moved on to my first movement, which was a seated cable row. Here, honestly, my form isn't that great here. I like how I'm leaning forward and getting a stretch, but I need to pull my elbows farther back. I want to really, next time I do this movement, focus on just driving that elbow back and getting that last like 10 to 20% contraction with the back. So learn from my mistakes, work on that, be aware of that, and yeah, that was not the best clip to put in here. But next movement, we did a lat pull down. I want you guys, okay, you see the bar. This is a very standard pull down bar. Pretty much every time I do this movement, I do the same exact grip. I go slightly outside shoulder width, right where the bar starts to groove. That's my hand placement. I put my thumbs over the bar and use my hands as hooks and just try to bring my elbows as far down as possible. And I'm trying to almost bring the bar to my upper chest. And yeah, like once you're down at the bottom, you want to come up and get a full stretch in your lat without disengaging your scapula, right? So scapula retracted, meaning your upper back is tight and you're stretching as far up as you can. You don't want to disengage, because even though you may be able to reach farther, it feels like your lat's like stretching, you're disengaging, and that's not what you want to do. So I know it's a little bit confusing. Next movement, we did I guess I'll call these incline bench dumbbell rows. One of my favorite movements. Anything where I'm kind of like in a seal row sort of position where I'm able to get a stretch down and pull up, I really enjoy. I like using dumbbells because I can just individually with each arm sort of pull farther back than like a barbell. I don't know, I just like the dumbbells in my opinion more than the barbell. But here is my arm. This is my arm right now, and this is the best I know this sounds conceited and vain, but this is the best my arms have ever looked. I do have fairly lean like limbs. Honestly, my quads, my arms always stay pretty lean. I store most of my fat in my lower back and around my abs, but like that's like the last spot for fat to get off of me. but this is definitely the best I've ever looked. I feel like this prep, I've really pushed myself. I feel like last prep I was eating protein bars every freaking day. I was trying really hard and I got really shredded, but this year there's almost like this internal, I don't know if it's anxiety or this fear of not beating myself or what, but I don't know. I'm 170 pounds right now in this footage, 170, 171, which is 16, 17 pounds down from when I started the diet like 11 weeks ago. And I don't know. I have to beat myself, and there's no excuses. Like, there's no way around it. So I know that I brought a really good package last year. So for me this year, I feel like mentally I've just been on myself. I've been, I don't know, not letting up. And if I do like go out or if I have like a meal when I'm traveling or something, like I compensate for it, and it really stresses me out because I don't know, I just have a fear of not being as good as like previous years. So anyway, with all that said, I've beat myself. I'm very happy with my physique. I showed you guys a few bicep things there, a spider curl, but here I'm actually doing a slightly different angle. I don't do these very often, but back training is all about angles. If you look at the seated cable row, we're pulling horizontally, right? Which is like the sunrise, horizontal. And then we have our lat pull down, which is a vertical pulling motion. So this was kind of like a 45-degree angle with the V-bar. Just getting different angles. You can really, with back training, you essentially have rows, you have pull downs, and you have pullovers. And that's really sort of you take those basic movements and you do variations of them. So final bicep movement, I did a reverse curl right here like this. And with biceps, I really don't go over 15 reps on any accessory stuff unless I'm doing a pre-activation. Pre-activation is the only time I'll ever go into like that 20 rep range. But if you can do over 15 reps, you need to add some weight. And dang, I'm freaking shredded, bro. I only look like this, like fully pumped at the gym with the stringer on, but I'm proud of myself this year, man. I don't mean to sound cocky, but I'm just happy with the package that I brought, regardless of what happens on the at show day on June 9th. Like, I don't care, man. I've won, and I'm really happy with everything. So, and I feel like decently good right now. I know I'm low carb, I feel good, and I'm in a good spot. I don't think I'm going to rebound bad this year at all, and we'll reverse diet out. Thank you guys so much for watching this commentary. Enjoy. Here outside under the ramp, I've got some posing practice in 15 minutes with my friend Chris. He's not a judge, but he works a lot of NPC shows in Texas. I'm not competing in Texas, but he like really knows his stuff and has a lot of experience. We're gonna look at what I got, tweak a little bit, and do that in 15 minutes. I think the best way to describe like the feeling right now is, in every single day really, is imagine being hungover after a long night of drinking, but minus the headache. So it's not really headache, it's more like just fatigue, exhaustion, kind of slow, lightheaded. I feel really weak, pretty much. This is kind of like my chill spot though. I haven't really filmed this. Anytime I come outside and I'm just kind of do some text, do some work, send some PayPal invoices and stuff, I come under the ramp because there's nice shade and let Nala hang out.
Seen and done it all before, but when I touch you I need more. Breathe your air and make it mine. Becomes a drug that gets me high, high. When the lightning strikes, I need you more than the sky it lights.
Pump's gone, guys. Pump's gone. I went back to normal. I say during prep, you either feel like a string of spaghetti or feel like the Hulk. So there's no in between. It's one or the other. Chris, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Yes. Shout out, just record it. I cooked 4 pieces of chicken last night. I only ate 2, and I could have sworn I put the other 2 back in the fridge, and it's not in the fridge. It's not anywhere. So it's either me, Joe, or Nabil. I called Joe. He said he didn't do it. He never eats my food. Then I was like, Nabil, did you eat it? I see a plate right there. I'm like, he goes, no, I wouldn't eat it. I was like, I think you're lying because it's not here. It's nowhere. And then Nabil just found it in the freezer. Put my cooked chicken in the freezer. Because my stupid diet brain. Dang it, man. I resorted to the turkey I had left over. So I'm doing 6.5 ounces of turkey. And then I cooked up a bunch of green beans. Main tip for the next few weeks for you guys. Get more vegetables in because they help fill you up. You can season them real nice. You can really enjoy them, honestly. If I can enjoy them, you can enjoy them. And they're really good for you, so yeah. All right, oh, hello. So at 9 p.m. now, about to eat a lot of food. I have 2.5 servings of green beans I sauteed here with 6 ounces of the chicken that was frozen. I went ahead and heated it up in here. And then I've got a bag of the sweet potatoes. Voila, that's so much food. I'm so excited. To conclude my macros for the day, I've got 3 packets of maple brown sugar oatmeal with 1 serving of these Nestle chocolate chips. It's my little treat for the day. For 1 serving, you're looking at 4 grams of fat, 9 carb, less than 1 grams of protein. And I'm also gonna have 1 scoop of cereal milk protein. And that is gonna put my total macros for the day at, including all the green beans, I had 5 servings of green beans today, 202 protein, 261 carb, 46 fat.
Every night I'm going on the grid, texting back, I want you, hit you up, I'm on the other side, I miss you, miss you.
We may or may not have restocked our black joggers. I may or may not have gotten a deal of 3 pairs and got myself 4 pairs. On the website now. Oh, guys. I messed up and I literally almost didn't talk about this at all. I didn't want to bring it up at all. I just wanted to move past it and continue like this perfect sort of progress I'm making on YouTube, or what it seems like. But more than anything, summer shredding is a diary for me. It's where I keep track of myself. I hold myself accountable and responsible. And I'm going to be open with you guys. I'm going to tell you what happened. And I think this story can sort of relate to a lot of you guys if you mess up, if you have a little hiccup or a big hiccup like I did this night. And anyway, I'm going to tell you like what I did to compensate for it. So here's the story. Essentially, the night before this workout, I hit my macros perfect. The numbers are right where they had to be. But with that said, I pushed all my food until like late in the day. So at 10 p.m., I had majority of my macros and I had about 35 grams of fiber within 1 hour. So at 10 o'clock at night, 35 grams of fiber. I was chugging water all day. I'm trying to get my water intake up to about 2 gallons. That was the first day I tried to get 2 gallons in on purpose. And I felt so bloated that night. I went to go to bed and my stomach was just hurting so bad because it was so expanded, right? And I stepped on my scale. Normally when I weigh myself at night, I'm like 173-ish, 172. I was 178 pounds, 5 pounds over what I normally am. And it just got to me, man. Like hours went by, I couldn't go to sleep. I was laying in bed, frustrated myself for like not spacing my food out accordingly. And then I just had a weak moment, my first weak moment of this whole prep. I walked downstairs, no one was here with me. I walked myself to the pantry. I opened that thing up, man. I grabbed some cereal, and not just some cereal. I grabbed 4 different cereals. I grabbed the honeycomb. I grabbed the Fruit Loops. I grabbed these 2 Auntie Anne's ones, like this chocolate cereal and this like Frosted Flake cereal. And I just went, I couldn't be stopped. And I would have like one little bowl at a time, like one or 2 servings per bowl. And I just kept getting more and more and more. And I must have had like, I tried to track the next day, probably like 13, 14 servings of cereal, like a lot, probably 450 or 500 grams of carbs worth of cereal. I also had a few servings of my half-fat ice cream. And yeah, it put my macros super high for the day on top of already feeling super bloated and like painfully bloated. And so this is me the day after. With that said, I haven't had like I need to do like a test day where I bring my carbs up. And so that was kind of like in the back of my head, like, oh, Christian, you're fine. Just keep going. You need a high carb day anyway. See how you look tomorrow. Because for peak week, on Friday, I'm gonna have to have high carb, but I just went way overboard with it and I should not have done it feeling super bloated like already. But here I am. I definitely see a lot of water retention in my stomach, in my obliques. I did not feel sharp. I did feel full as hell during the workout and pumped, but I don't know, I'm just taking it as a lesson. So what I did this day to compensate for it, 1, I put a hoodie on all day, try to sweat a lot. 2, I dropped my carbs. I only ate about 150 grams of carbs this day. I didn't film the rest of the day I've been eating, but I did 150 carb instead of like 250 to 270. So I dropped that down to 100 grams. And 3, I don't want to recommend this unless you're really stepping on stage, guys. Like I really had to compensate in my head, and I have anxiety and all this stuff. I did a 50-minute Stairmaster session, and I went home, and then I did another 40 minutes. So I did like an hour, 100 minutes, or 90 minutes of cardio, an hour and a half of Stairmaster, and I don't recommend doing that once again, but that did put me back on track, and yeah, it's all managed now. I was weak, man, and it happens. It happens. Don't feel bad about yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Try to compensate for it if you have a show. Honestly, in most cases, I would say just move past it, get back in your macros, get back in your cardio, and you should be fine. But that was my story. Hopefully you guys can really enjoy the rest of the vlog.
You guys, who am I? I'm J.R. Smith. Game 1. So stupid! Put me in the game, coach!
I'm having 1 scoop of protein because I feel like if I have 2, then I end up using so much of my protein. I'd rather get majority of my protein from whole foods, not from protein shakes. It's not really that filling, but 1 scoop just to kind of replenish my body. And I've been kind of annoyed at myself and just mentally frustrated because of last night and my little slip up I had. Just more annoyed at the fact that I couldn't control myself, and I let go of the wheel a little bit and let my hunger start driving. With that said, things turn around, man. My guy just texted me from Ferrari, the guy that sold me the 458 about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. And I told him back then that I would love to test drive a 488, but pretty much all the 488s that come through are all allocations. People have already bought them, inspect them out, so you can't test drive their cars. But he has some used ones that just came in, and he texted me asking if I wanted to stop by and check one out and like drive one. And I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna turn that down. I'm not necessarily like in the market for a car or anything. I may be getting something in the next 6 months just so I can utilize my tax credit from the Aventador. I'm really excited to check the car out. I'm excited to see what I think compared to the 458. Yeah, I'm not gonna go turn down a 488 test drive.
I'm about to be the only. Everybody gonna know me. Gonna be the only one to take it on. I'm about to be the only. Yeah, it's more than just a feeling. It's got me breaking through the ceiling. And now I'm burning like the sun.
All right, guys, finished up the test drive, and honestly, I hate saying it. Not that I didn't like the drive. It just felt so, it's twin turboed, 661 horsepower, which is insane. It's super fast. You feel the power, and you feel like you get that hovering sensation where you're with the turbo when you're going really fast at like 6,000 to 8,000 RPM. I felt, at least when I drove it. I couldn't really push it that hard, but it wasn't really loud. It was really quiet in the cabin, like just kind of cruising. Like I couldn't even tell I thought I was like in the Range Rover. It was like really subtle, really quiet. I think it looks amazing. This is probably like my favorite looking car right now. Ferrari is Ferrari. That's like the kind of just a staple, classic, high quality like goal, right? And it looks so good. It just kind of let me down driving it. It didn't give me that exciting feeling. It's very comfortable, very fast, very refined, and very expensive. I don't think for the money, even a used one. This one's used. It's just, I think I get bored of it really quick based off of that experience. So that's my opinion on the 488. Anyway, had a blast driving this. It was so fun. Thank you, Ferrari Houston, for letting me come out and drive one. I just want to say that I feel like a few years ago when I was 21, 22, like seeing these Lambos and stuff for the first time and seeing these deals, I feel like I was very impulsive, and I feel like I had all this excitement and, you know, everything built up, and I wanted to act now and be quick, and I didn't want to lose that opportunity or that car, that deal. And I was just blowing through cars really, and it was very immature looking back at it. And I feel that now, a few years later, that's sort of out of my system. I feel much more composed. I don't feel in a rush. Like you can wave these things in front of me. I don't feel like I have to take them now. I don't know. It feels good to have more control, you know what I mean, and be more aware and realize like, yeah, that's sick, and like maybe if I want to get one or something like that in a few months, yeah, I could maybe if I really just, if my excitement for it comes back up, or if I find something I really like. But I don't feel the need to like, or an obsession to go find something right now, you know what I mean? It's kind of, don't know, I'm focusing on the business. I'm focusing on being sure my parent, like I'm just putting a lot aside right now. I'm investing a lot into myself and the people around me, and the companies are growing, and that excites me, man. That's what makes that's what's so fun. The videos are so fun, and like, it's important to realize that that is the excitement. And I think that a few years back, like I said, I kind of got caught up, and I would let the external things sort of, I don't know, I let myself give in a bit, and I'm glad I did it early, because now I realize, and it's all a learning thing, man. Don't let toys or hobbies or anything like that control you. Know where your mind's at, know what your goals are, and eventually if you want to treat yourself a little bit, then do so, man. If you deserve it, if you earn it, if you're living within your means. And yeah. So I'm gonna end the vlog right now. I'm about to go eat, but I think we're gonna start, maybe we might start the next vlog today. This is a long ass video, guys. So thank y'all so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know if you want to see, like, if I do get a car in the next 6 months, maybe like test drive if you found it interesting, my opinions on stuff. If not, or if I'm just being a spoiled brat and you want me to shut up. I don't know. Thank y'all so much. Have a good one.